everybody. I'll give you a few minutes to get the notification and to get into the live. I know that this one is taking place from my bed. Today I overdid it on my leg. And so now my foot is very achy. It's kind of swollen and it hurts. I'm trying to go and work away from home today and be around other people, and I guess I was just on it way too long, and so now I'm dealing with that. So this one will be from my bed because I have to have it elevated, and I can't do it because we have a futon couch. We don't have like a couch or a recliner or anything like that to where I can kind of recline. So that is why this one move, Pepper Girl. Move. That is why this one is going to be in here. And so I'm going to be going over a couple things, kind of letting everybody know what's been going on. I know you guys have been watching our videos and seeing that we've been definitely looking at some new campers and trying to find something that's four seasons so we can weather the weather here in Ohio for the next 6 months. But some things have changed, and we're going to talk about that today. So I was trying to give everybody a chance to kind of get in and be a part of the live so I don't have to say it more than once. Or you could just go back and watch it from the beginning. If you're new to this channel, thank you for joining. And I hope that, stop you too. My two dogs, they are something else. I'm hoping that you two will, that you will subscribe and take the journey with us because things just got very, very interesting. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about my foot. Apparently, I must have hit it. I still don't have feeling in my foot, so I must have hit it or hurt it some kind of way because now it's got like some little blood stuff pooling in my pinky toe. Hi, Doc. Hey, 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 hey. Pepper Noodle, stop. They're wrestling over here in the bed. And I got some blood like pooling stuff in my pinky toe, so I got to try to go to the doctor and see what that is. So that's a thing. And I've been experiencing, I don't know if you've ever had something done to your body, like your knee replacement or ankle or whatever. They numb my foot, but they cut some nerves. And so now the nerves are growing back, but they're not there. So I can see you touching my foot, but I can't feel it. Now, the problem with that is the pain that you get from it being numb and swollen. Even though you can't touch it, you feel it. And it's really weird. And that's what I've been experiencing. So today, my foot was swollen up, and the doctor was like, well, maybe you should get back in here. Let's take a look at this pinky toe, see why it's turning, it's getting blood in it. Or it's looked like I hurt it, and it's starting to, how you have blood up under the skin, and it just looks like a wound. And I'm like, oh, Lord, I'm going to lose my toe. But anyway, so Cedric couldn't get off today because he already took me over to the church so I could be a part of the food pantry thing this morning. So I told him that I would try to come in on Monday. So as far as my foot's concerned, that's that. So I'm just experiencing a little bit of discomfort as far as that's concerned. The camper, as of yesterday, we were supposed to pick it up. We were supposed to go and pick it up. They were going to deliver it and everything, but we were still needing to coming up with, it wasn't going to be an even exchange like we hoped. We were still needing to come up with, another, I think it was $4,500. And we thought we had that all worked out, but then, that kind of fell through. So I went back, I talked to them, and the guy tells me that they've moved the camper. They've sent it to another location. So I'm like, okay, great. He couldn't find it on the lot, so he goes looking for it. And he's like, oh, they've shipped it out to another location. The new location has officially jacked up the camper an extra $2,000. So where it was at once affordable and perfect, and it's now creeping up, and it's almost $25,000 where it was only like 21. These little bugs, oh my goodness. That's Cedric had the door open for like 2 seconds, and now we got flies and bugs. But anyway, they took it up to almost $25,000. It's like $23.99 something, and then with taxes and everything will be, oh my goodness, I hate these bugs. That's the one thing I don't like about camping is the bugs. you'd be looking at 25, 26, which put the camper out of reach. So I was really heartbroken about that because we were starting to pack up and get things ready. And we were supposed to do just like the total, everything when we came. Yes, tomorrow we're supposed to trade in ours, pay the remaining balance. And then the guy's like, well, we can't find it. Apparently, they moved it because they wanted me to put down the deposit. And I guess I put it down after the fact and it was moved. So he had to go find it, and then the new lot jacked it up. And I was like, we can't. If we were struggling to come up with the rest of it, you making it 6,000 now is out of reach. So we're back to the drawing board of looking, and you guys know, Doc, you called me on it. You were like, I can see you having your tree up already with some fall stuff. And we had started dreaming and, know how we were going to fix things. It had some little issues on top with the roof, like the covering. And Cedric was concerned that if it rained, that it would rain in the camper and that would be water damage. And he was like, we'd have to get that fixed right away. And so it was a lot of things, little things that we could fix, but we were willing to do that because it was the size and the space that we really needed. And you guys know, I have been saying I wanted a office for so long to be able to just have my stuff. And with the work I was doing, with the Bible work, I needed a space, right? And so in the midst of this camper debacle and trying to find something and trying to get situated, um, staying on with the church is no longer an option for us. And so my last day with them will be October 1st. And I am now back on the hunt of trying to figure out what we're going to do. Now, one of the drawbacks of this summer of not working at the campground is when it's over, I can't pull unemployment. I can't say I was a seasonal worker and pull my unemployment. So with the church, I didn't get that. I worked for them, but not really, not enough to where I could do that. So that kind of sucks. And I didn't make enough to like really save like we did at the campground. So we got to now figure out a plan C, because plan A and plan B did not work out. So plan C. So now I'm back on KOA work jobs, looking to see what's available for the winter months and trying to secure a space of where we're going to be moving to, or figuring out what we're going to do next, and trying to get formulate a plan, because October 1st will be here before you know it. And so a lot of things are uncertain. Like, I got to figure out the doctors. Like, when can I start walking? How many more appointments do I have with you? Because now I'm not going to be in the area for the next 6 months. So I can't just show up when they want me to. So it's a lot of things going on. Things have really morphed into something else. And we're having to make a lot of last minute adjustments, a lot of last minute changes, because in our minds we were going to be here the next 6 months. And so the goal was, okay, while we can, we'll go ahead on and get the camper. We'll be here solid for 6 months. We'll be working before we leave here. We'll have a truck and we'll be ready to go come April. And that just didn't work out the way we planned. And sometimes that happens. And so right now, my main focus is to finish strong and to do well, and then figure out what is life going to look like after October 1st. Like, as far as job wise, as far as where we're going, as far as, because see, up here in the Northeast, a lot of these campgrounds close after Labor Day. And so they're not open all year round. And the ones that are open year round are very full and they're expensive. And so we're trying to figure out, what that's going to look like. I want to be here for Thanksgiving and spend some time with my family, but I everything is just so up in the air. Meanwhile, I'm still looking at campers, because regardless of where we end up, we need a Four Seasons. And everybody keeps saying, well, what do you mean by Four Seasons? When you want something for a season, and you're going to be in and out of different types of climate, and whether you want to make sure that the underbelly of your camper is enclosed, like all your tanks, right? So they don't freeze so quickly because they have something that's covering them up. And you want to make sure that you have heated tanks, so that way your water and stuff can stay hot. A lot of people do hot on demand. Those can get kind of expensive, but if they go out, then you have to replace the whole entire thing. So I'd rather just have the tank heaters. so we can keep the water hot. It's all enclosed. We don't have to worry about it freezing so quickly. We're working on it. Like I told you guys, I have an Amazon. I'm a Amazon store to where as we're going to be purchasing things like our heated hose and things like that, you can look and see what are some of our must-haves for the season as we're getting ready to approach cooler weather into the winter weather. What it is we're going to, because you may not know, you might be a new RV or thinking about RVing or buying something to get ready, and so you can look and see what it is that we need, that are must-haves for the season, and check that out. And also, I wanted to make sure that we do have our Rhino, the portable tank. So we want to make sure that we are winterizing the black tank and the gray tank, so that that doesn't freeze this year. Whenever we want to dump it, because that can be a headache when it starts getting negative. When the chill factor is like -4, -5, you're not dumping for weeks, because you got to wait for the temperature to reach above, freezing. And so you want to make sure that we want to make sure that we can still function whatever climate that we're in. So we're still looking for a four season. Every single night I am obsessively looking at campers. That camper that I showed you guys, if you want to check out the video of the one that we saw, that was that Flagstaff signature, the Flagstaff light, signature light, I think it is. Or you can check out the video. That is the layout we want. We want to have the couch, the love seat in front of the TV. Like the living room have its own space. And then the kitchen across from the booth, and the booth area would be, I prefer the table and chairs because it's just easier to remove. That would be where my office would go. My desk, my chair, all my stuff. When I'm done working, I could just get up and straighten it up and leave it. Versus right now in our living room, I have a collapsible desk, which is a pain in the butt, to just put it up for me right now in my state. I have to get Cedric to, hey, come help me, and he's got to put the desk up. I got to get my computers off the floor, put them on the thing, move stuff out of the way, and pretty much take over the living room, which makes it hard for me to maneuver in there on crutches, because our living room, kitchen, all is one solid piece, and it's not very big. And so it would just be nice to be able to have that separation where you can just, like, when you're done working, you can just get up and walk away from it. And so yeah, you're right, Doc, the layout was absolutely perfect. So I'm still looking. I've seen a couple others that I'm interested in, that that will be good. And so the reason why that one was so perfect was because we were going to be in the area, and we would have been able to buy some time to get a truck to really be able to pull it, because that one was 7,000 and something pounds, and I wouldn't dare strap that to our truck. But if we're going to be in the area and we're going to be stationary for 6 months, that's plenty enough time to get another truck, and then it gives you a little bit of work history or some money saved. We can go and get something cash. And we just had a plan. Unfortunately, not all plans come to fruition, but we're still looking, because you guys, if you have followed the history of this channel, I am like a dog with a bone, okay? Once I get my mind fixated on something, it's going to happen. And so I know that if we keep looking, we're going to find the right thing, and we're going to be able to get it. So we're not done looking. We're not done going and trying to find stuff and work things out and negotiate and do stuff like that, because I know that we'll find it and it'll be perfect. You guys know we got a new grandbaby coming soon. So I want to make sure that we have space for the kids to be able to entertain them when they come around, and they're with us to spend some time. So yeah, a lot has happened since the last time I talked to you guys. Things were looking up, and I was just really excited about the next 6 months of my assignment here, and getting settled and starting to nest and ready for the holidays. And life, you just have to learn to pivot. You just have to learn to pivot, and it's okay. It's disappointing, but it's okay. The hard part is now trying to come up with the second plan with not the money that you would have left with had you taken the other job. And so now, we got that component we got to factor into, and deal with the hardship that comes with that. But it's okay. And you guys, if you don't mind, please leave us a thumbs up. That helps. We are almost at status of monetized. I have 100 watch time hours left to get, and then that's it. That is it. So I'm really excited about that. I really wish I could get out and just take y'all somewhere and just do something, especially since we're getting so close to the end of the season. But I'm excited. Oh, babies are so stubborn. Oh my goodness. But I know that's so exciting. Oh my goodness, Doc. I'm so happy for you. And you're gonna be a first is this a first time grandma? I remember my first grandchild. It was just such an excitement, my grandson. Um he's getting ready to be 10 now, but 10 years ago that was something else. And he was just the highlight of all of our lives, and his uncles and my mom and Cedric and mine, and we just loved him to pieces. And then he had the nerve to have a little sister. And oh my goodness, Maya girl, she stole Nana's heart. And now we got another little sister, got Laura Dora, and she is adorable. So grandkids are the best thing. Their family is number one. No matter what, family is very, very important. So that's where we are right now. It's a little disappointing. I mean, I wish I had better news. I was hoping to be able to. Oh, good, good, good. I was hoping to be able to take you guys on the tour of the new camper, and do some videos of us getting settled in and putting stuff up. And we're gonna do a Charlie Brown theme this year for fall. So I was looking forward to going to Hobby Lobby and getting the little Charlie Brown mugs and some little stuff for the table and the mats for the floor. And just really bring fall to life. Because as far as I'm concerned, when August first hit, fall was here. But it'll just have to wait now. We have to figure out our next move. Um, my friend was asking, okay, so are you guys going back to Tennessee now? And I don't know. I really, really don't know what life is going to bring now. There is a lot of uncertainty because I haven't been planning. My plan was get the camper and be here. But now I have to come up with a whole nother plan. I'm not sure what that's going to look like. I'm not even sure what that's going to do. I just started looking at the KOA Work Camper site. And right now they're talking about jobs for next year, for 2026. And I haven't thought that far ahead. I'm not even interested in applying for anything that like that. So if you guys leave us a thumbs up, if it's five of us in here and you're new to this channel and you have not yet subscribed, please consider doing so and taking this journey. Um, like I said, it's gonna be very interesting, and I'm gonna be trying to do more videos as we get closer to time to leave, to just kind of let you guys take the trip with us, and see where we're headed and what we're doing or where we're going or what's happening, period. And then we'll go from there. So yeah, a lot of this is, if as you can see, I just don't know. And then I'm gonna be a little transparent with you because I know, and um just, hey Destiny, how you doing? And so I'm going to be a little transparent with you guys just because I know that we have that kind of community here. I have been fighting some depression. It has been very lonely here, stuck in this camper, back in this room. I don't have any like friends here. So it's not like anybody comes over to see you and see how you're doing, or, just come check on you and sit down with you. I've had like goose egg visitors. Now, I've had phone calls, but that was around the first couple days that I was out of the hospital. And so after a while, you get a little lonely, and then Cedric works all day, and then when he gets off, he sits in the tent. That's where he reclines. So even when he's off, he's not in here. So he's still outside. So I spend the majority of my day by myself, and it gets lonely because all you can go is from the room, and you're laying down just the majority of the day. And then you're in the living room, and I'm trying to work, but then my leg starts bothering me. And so Saturday is the only day I get a chance to really get out of here and be around other people because I'm at church. And even then, like today, I went, and as soon as I got home, it was all I could do to get to the bed and get my foot up because the heaviness of the swelling is it just hurts. It's like your skin is stretching as far as it can stretch, and then it just aches after that. And so that's what my mom said, Doc. She was like, "This is only temporary. You'll be better, soon." And I'm just telling her like I'm over, trying to be down like this. And I know it's wearing on Cedric because he has to do everything. Take the like last night he worked all day long, and then when he got off of work, he had to take the clothes and go to the laundromat and wash the clothes. And then 10 o'clock last night, he's like, "What do you want for dinner?" I'm like, "It's too late to eat," And I know that's overwhelming because he's like trying to take care of me, but work at the same time. And anytime the dogs have to go out, he has to be the one to take them. It's a lot, and I just miss having my independence. If I want to get up and take a shower, I could get up and go take a shower. If I want to clean up the kitchen, I could get up and clean up the kitchen without feeling like I'm going to fall over. And it's just a lot, and I'm just ready to be on the other side of that, to reclaim my independence and be able to get up and walk and go to Hobby Lobby if I want to. 'Cause when I feel sad, that's my happy place. I just walk around and dream and think, "Oh, this would be perfect. This is cute. This is adorable." I like that. And you get the vision, and then they have the little Christian music playing in the background, and you just, next thing you know, you've been in there an hour. And it gives me a little moment of dream, like you just dream a little bit, especially if they got Christmas stuff out already. I asked the lady about Buffalo Plaid, and she looked at me like, "Oh my goodness, it's too early for that." And I'm like, "Honey, y'all got Christmas stuff out, so please don't look at me like I'm the crazy one." But anyway, so yeah, so I'm still looking. And yeah, my mom said that. And she was like, "Ari, you're just 3 weeks out from surgery. You're not going to be well overnight." And I was like, "I understand that, but I've been hurt for so long, y'all. I've been hurt since March, and I'm just ready to be done with it. It feels like this has just been dragging on for so long." And I know surgery was like the other side of it, but I'm just tired of being achy and in pain and limited. And so I've been watching some of our old videos when we were out in Utah, and we were just hiking around and doing stuff. And it's like I just miss being myself instead of just being stuck back here in this room, not able to do much. And getting in and out of the camper is such a chore, but I do it. And so, yeah. So long story short, we're still looking for the camper, especially since even if we wanted to go back and get the one we got, they've jacked it up 2,000 more dollars. And it's hard to buy something was just like almost $3,000 cheaper a week ago, and now they've jacked it up. So I'm looking. Hi, Miss Margaret. I'm looking. I'm still looking. We still are holding out hope. Things always happen. So you can't give up hope. You still got to dream. You still got to know that what's for you is for you. And the Lord will make a way when it's for you. And nobody will renege or anything like that. You will be able to just go and get what you need. Right. And so, as perfect as it would have been to be able to get settled and start getting ready for part 2 of my job, and having the space I needed to do a good job and continue on the Lord's work. That's not the plan anymore, and I'm just rolling with the punches. And so that's where we are. I'm almost got my channel monetized, and I'm really excited about that. I used to talk to Wonder and Gypsy once upon a time. She and I were friends, but she kind of outgrew me. Her channel took off really quickly, and she just outgrew me, so we don't talk anymore. But I wish I could tell her that I'm almost there. Like, I'm 100 watch time hours away, and every day I seem to get closer and closer. So I wish I could just tell her that, but it's okay. But yeah, that's about it, you guys. I'm sorry that the news wasn't more exciting or positive, but you have those moments where things are looking up and they look great, and then those moments where they all just fall apart. But it's not the end of the story. It's not the end of the season. We still have time to be able to find something. And so I'm excited to see, what God has in store for us, because he always has. Um And we were looking at that camper, and Cedric told me, he was like, "We're not gonna be able to tell people that we broke. They'll never, they'll never believe that." I said, "Why do you say that?" He was like, "Because the Lord just keeps blessing us with with a nice camper after nice camper." Um, and I said, "Well, those are blessings from the Lord. It's not because we have all this money, and we're just we've invested perfectly, or we've have worked till we're 70 and have all this money saved, or sold our house. It's just the blessings from the Lord. He decided that he wanted us to have it, so he gave it to us." And he was like, "Yeah, but people won't understand it. They'll think, that we must have some money from somewhere." And we just laughed about it because it really has been a blessing. You guys know that second camper we had, one of the subscribers, she bought that camper for us, sent us the money and everything to get it. And then the second one, remember when I was looking in Florida and we were going and checking out all those campers, and all of them just seemed to be so high and out of reach. And then yes, yes, girl. And they were so high and out of reach, and everybody kept lowballing us for our camper. And then we got back to Tennessee, and then they pretty much gave us the one we have now. It was like an even exchange. We're like, "We'll take yours, you take ours." And we got this one. And so I believe that when the Lord is in the mix, things work out, and it's unpleasant when it doesn't, when you've started dreaming. It's like house hunting, right? And you go see a house, and you're like, "This is perfect. I love it. Let's get it." And somebody outbids you, and you're back at the drawing board. And then you go, and then you get to the point where you're ready to settle, like, let's just get into something. And somebody puts an offer in it before you can, and takes it from under you. And then you're like, "This is perfect. This is home. I could picture us here. I could picture the kids coming here." And then they decide, "Well, we feel like our house is worth more than that, so we're going to jack up the price." And then the house becomes out of reach. And so it's this emotional roller coaster of house hunting. And so it is what it is. And so I'm learning to accept life as it comes, disappointments and all, setbacks and all, because I know that there's a lesson to be learned from all of this. Um, there's a lady that subscribes to my channel, and she goes by the name Bones, right? And I'm not quite sure why she uses Bones, but whenever I do a video and I'm pretty vulnerable with my feelings, so is she. And she's got some things going on, and I pray for her, because of the simple fact is, I understand through her words, her emotions. Like, not being able to get out to have lunch with your friends, or just today you just can't because you're aching and you're hurting, and life is just different at this point. And so I talk like this because I know that sometimes you need to know that you're not the only one going through things, and it helps to deal with situations when you're dealing with chronic pain, right? Or you're dealing with acute pain. However, whether it's for a little while, or it's for a long time, or if it's been your life, it's nice to know that you have people that understand, and that you're not the only one, because the devil will make you feel like this is only happening to you, and you're being left behind by the world, and nobody cares about you, and you're stuck in your house, and you're stuck in your bed, and life has changed, and everybody's moving on past you. Because I have a friend that's a YouTuber, and her channel just exploded. Off of one or two videos, it just exploded when we were both struggling, trying to get content. And I think she cracked the code of what it took, and I'm still trying to learn what that is. And so you start feeling left in the dust, right? You start feeling overwhelmed, and feeling like everybody's moving past you, and you're just standing still. But I think we all move at a different pace, and that things things will happen for each one of us when it's supposed to. Now, would I like for this live to have been you guys taking the tour and walking around and dreaming with me? Absolutely. But I don't think that's off the table. I just think that that's not right now today. And it will be. It will be very soon. We'll find something, and I'll be telling you guys, "Guess what? Guess what we found? Guess what we're going to get? Guess what we're looking at? Guess what just happened?" And we'll rejoice together. And so, Destiny, I'm so happy to see you as well. I'm glad to see you back. I know for a while I hadn't heard anything from you, so I'm really glad to see you. Miss Margaret, you're such a faithful friend. You and Doc both, you're always there. You try to make it to every live. You both try to comment on everything, and I know that you have lives of your own and you're dealing with different things of your own, but you've always found a space to be like my YouTube best friends. And I really, really appreciate you too, because you've been there with me through a lot of different things. And so I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for all of you subscribers. Some of you are more interactive than others, but I know you're all there. And I'm just grateful for each and every last one of you, because even though we're not friends in the real world, we're still friends here. And this is our safe space to be vulnerable here and to share our triumphs, but also to share the things that are not so triumphant. And so I'm really happy and glad to have all of you. And I'm looking to grow this channel, right? I am looking to grow, and I need to figure out what that looks like, what my growth will look like. I know whenever I do those camper videos, those explode. People love to see other people buying campers and taking walkthroughs and doing stuff like that. My campground videos, those go very well. People want to see what the campground looked like. We had somebody pull into here and they were like, I found this campground because I found your video. I was looking to see what videos were around, I mean campgrounds were around, and I found your video. Um so I know that what people like to see, and I think all those things require, a little moving around, but um, I'm going to crack the code of how to bring you good content while I'm sitting still. I used to do the camper cooking videos, and I stopped doing those when we started working, but I might get back to doing those because you guys know me and my weird recipes, and everything looks good and tastes great to me. I'm not a cook. Like, I can cook, but I'm not a cook. Um, I can bake, but I'm not a baker, if that makes sense. So a lot of these off the cuff recipes, they taste good, but they don't always look top notch. And so last was it about 2 years ago, we did the holiday challenge of I did a different dessert every week, a new dessert. And so I think I might try to start doing some fall things, some fall snacks and fall desserts or fall meals or stuff like that. My sister has a lot of recipes for soups and stuff like that. And I'm not a real soup person, but every now and then I do love a good chili. I don't know if chili would be considered a soup, but I like a good chili. So I might try to make some chili. We might do that, some chili and some cornbread, and just make some things that you could, some campfire meals that you can have when it gets cooler. Hopefully I'll be able to start, walking around again and be able to cook. But maybe I'll do some camper videos. You guys, you see Cedric cut my hair over on the side, and it was supposed, not a mohawk, but it was supposed to be like very curly in the top and kind of go down the sides. And I laid down on it because when I got home, I had to lay down. But it was so cute when he got done. So tomorrow, I'm going to actually do my hair in the style that is cut in so you guys can see it. And I'll take a picture and post it in our community posting. So yes, I would do some more. I'll start doing some more camping videos and trying to get situated. And that was another wonderful thing about that camper, the pantry. You guys, did you see the pantry? I would be able to have put all of my stuff in there. Uh, what? That's a good idea, Destiny. That went away before I could read it all. I'm gonna go back and read these comments because they flash up here for a second, but I don't have enough time to read them all. And so that is a wonderful idea. And so I was painting, but I ran out of my little circles to paint with. So I got to try to get some more. I order those from Amazon. They're like $22 a box, and I get like 36 in there. But I don't have the money to get them right now, so I'm gonna wait. And then painting helped me kind of focus my attention on something else. And then Cedric would take them and put them on like a little coffee, not coffee table, tray table, like a little dinner table, those little dinner trays out front. And then people walk by, and it's like a free gift from me, to for people. So I just give them away to folks. But I like to paint because it just gives me something to do with my mind. I usually put on like a podcast or something, like or a sermon or a sermonette, or I listen to a little book on tape or something, and I'll paint. And I enjoy that. And so I was looking forward to being able to do that in my office, in my craft office space, because it's I don't right now, if I do it in the bed and then I get paint everywhere or the water spills and he has to come and bring everything to me and it just crowds me out. We just don't have space for anything other than just living in here. And you guys, y'all know I wanted the Jayco. I wanted that other camper. I wanted the space. But Cedric was like, this one was better, for towing and stuff like that. And I have to listen to him because he's the one doing the driving. And if we want to go anywhere or do anything, he needs to feel comfortable behind the wheel. So we got this one. And it's not that I don't love it. I do love it. It would be just nice to have an office space. And I've been saying that since we started RVing, that I would just like to have a space where I can record and do my videos and sit down and work and and paint and just do stuff and have my own little area, because right now I don't have an area. So I'm working on that. So I'm gonna do what you said, Destiny. I'm gonna make a list of some things that I'm good at, and then try to flush out some videos pertaining to those things that are around here until we figure out what our next plan is going to be. Whether we are pulling out of here or moving over there or what. Because right now I just don't have the plan yet. So just be praying for us. It would be a more easier transition if I had money saved, but we gotta now start saving because we don't know what the future holds. We were thinking that, okay, well, we have time, we can help our daughter and we can do some things and help our son, and we'll make the money back because we're going to be here next 6 months. But that didn't pan out, so it's all good. It really is. And we're going to trust the Lord and move in the direction that he lays out before us. And so I know it's 5 of us here. If you don't mind leaving 5 thumbs up, it really does help get it out. I know that people come in and they like, oh, she just talking again, and they click right back out. I get it, but if you click back out, just leave us a thumbs up on the way out. And our videos are going to get more interactive the more I'm able to move around. So I'm going to start making a list of things that I could do, and we're going to start doing some schedules. I was doing the update recovery vlog, but at the same time, it's nothing to report every single day. So I just give you an update like now and let you know what's going on, and then I'll go to the doctor on Monday and let them look at my toe and see why it's doing that and keep moving forward, and I'll update you on that and figure out when I can start you know having some kind of weight on it. I know I'm pushing it because I just had surgery on it, but I'm over this part. And so yeah. Yeah, so I guess you guys are all caught up. I was trying not to cry in this video because I almost didn't want to make it. You you it's almost like you tell all your friends, guess what, then you got to go back and tell them, never mind, it's not going to work out. And everybody's all excited for you and they're waiting, and then you got to disappoint them. And so I kind of feel like this was a hard video to make because it's a disappointment video. It's a disappointment on the job front. It's a disappointment on the camper front. It's a disappointment, on the health front as far as what's going on. And I always want to bring you guys some good news, but the truth is life is not always like that. And so it is what it is today. but things will be better. It'll get better, and I don't doubt that. So thank you so much for taking this journey with me, you guys. And I wish things would have worked out and that we'd have moved into it yesterday. That we had started trying to get stuff together and pack up, because it I have to do a little bit at a time with my foot. It's not a whole lot I could do. So we were starting to pull stuff out. Cedric was starting to clean up outside and put stuff away and get ready, and then they jacked it up and we couldn't afford it anymore. So it's okay. You know, I knew it was too good to be true from the start. The price was perfect. It was perfect. Everything about it was perfect. But it is what it is. And so I'm keep looking. I'm gonna keep looking. If you see something, send it to me. Send me the link. Help me look. Because I'm looking in the Michigan and Ohio area, somewhere that's no more than about a 2 hour drive. Because that's what it was when we went to go look at that video we took. I left the doctor's and Cedric was like, well, while you're out the camper, let's just go. I told him, let's just go. Since I'm out, let's just go. And so he took the rest of the day off. So he didn't get paid for that day. And we drove up there, and it was 2 hours there and 2 hours back. So that was a 4 hour round trip drive just for them to jack up the price, $2,000. So that was disappointing, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And so the adventure begins once again. And so, yep. So sorry about that, guys. Just stay tuned. Hang in there with us. It's going to work out. I know it. Things are going to work out. And we'll figure it out. And if you have any ideas, we're going to pivot just a little bit before we end our video. I want to do, I don't know if you're like me, if you like themed seasons. So for fall, I usually go with a theme. And then for Christmas, I like a theme. And so this year, I wanted something playful with some bright colors, something that would be fun. And so I was thinking Charlie Brown. I was thinking Charlie Brown is all about fall. You know, that's really when he starts to make his appearance again in fall. So you got Charlie Brown with his theme colors for fall and all of the things that come with that, the mugs, the mats for the floor, you know, the little hand towels, stuff like that. And then transition him into Charlie Brown Christmas. So I was thinking of, you know, just the colors wise, and then a little sprinkle of, you know, the little characters and different little things like on the mats and on the floor mats and on the dish towels and stuff like that, and just make it kind of fun and whimsical and have a cozy place to just relax. So if you guys are on Pinterest, I'm on Pinterest. Let's connect there. I'm going to drop my Pinterest link. We can follow each other and share some ideas for fall, whether it's color palettes, whether it's ideas of what you're thinking about decorating your house, what I'm thinking about decorating my house, and we can swap some ideas, kind of just get a, you know, feeling from each other. I love decorating. I do. My sister and I, we were talking about, she's doing her house with white pumpkins, and I was telling her maybe some gold accents, and she was thinking about using eucalyptus, you know, stuff like that. And I'm going to try to make her a wreath for her door for her birthday. And so let's connect on Pinterest and let's swap some ideas. And so I'm going to post that in the description of this video, and I'm going to post it over on the community post. So if you are a fan of Pinterest, let's follow each other, and we're gonna make a folder. I'm gonna make a folder that just says YouTube fam, and it's gonna have all of our decor stuff, color palettes, foods that we camping foods we could try. I could do some videos on one. You could vote on one that you'd like to see me try to make here in the camper. And, you know, let's just have some fun with this fall holiday season into Christmas, where we are spreading our community over to Pinterest. And you follow me, I'll follow you. We can share the folder, drop stuff in it, and let's get some ideas going, because some people are not, they're not decorators, and so they don't know. They're like, I don't know what color's good, I don't know what I'm thinking. And I think if we have a folder that we can kind of share and look at together, and, you know, tag each other in it, or share it in the folder and have a place we can go look, and we could talk about it and then see, just kind of be helpful. So think about it. I would love to have you over there as well. And if you guys, want to help one time, you could do that. You could go to our PayPal or Venmo, or you can join our Patreon family. I've you had start posting regularly over there, and I'm going to start doing some videos that will only be available there. So you will have to be a Patreon member to be able to see those videos and see some of the stuff. So just go check it out. Right now, you can pretty much join for free and get access to a good number of stuff inside of the Patreon. But go check it out. Go look at it, see it. I'm going to be posting, doing my vlog posts a little bit more regularly now that I'm kind of home a little bit. I have a little bit more time where I'm not ripping and running. I can put together some blog posts and get that up and running. But I do have a lot of stuff posted over there. I post a lot of recipes and stuff like that, so you can go check stuff like that out over there as well. All right, you guys, I love you so much, to the moon and back. Keep praying for us, because we have a lot of changes that are going to be taking place, a lot of things that's going to have to happen that right now financially we're not able to pull off. And right now we are just beginning the phase of figuring out our next steps. And so it's always nice to have people praying for you and people willing to help you and encourage you and stuff like that. And trying to do all this kind of on the handicap side makes it even a little bit more challenging. But having you guys taking the journey with me, it really does help. And so thank you for watching. Like I said, you guys, we have to love one another, because there's enough hate in the world. We need a safe space where we can come and be happy people and commune together. And this is that for us. This is our community where we are discovering who we are, what we are, and who we want to be. So I love you. I want to say thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for all of the comments, the ideas. Thank you for just being yourself. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me, because it's like sitting around drinking a cup of coffee with some old friends. And I really needed that today. Destiny, I'm so glad you were able to make the live. Doc, you kind of helped made this live possible today, just because you checked in on me. Miss Margaret, you are always front and center, and I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm going to be back, and I'm going to be back with some great news or some ideas. So stay tuned, subscribe, and make sure that you hit the notification bell, because when I come back, I'm going to be come back bearing news. Have a great evening, you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.